So, oh, there we go. Hi, welcome back. So, I've had my meatballs in the oven now for 15 minutes and then I turned them over. So they were brown and then I've turned them over and they're just this minute done. So I'm going to get them out. And what I have done is I created some mushrooms earlier. So I chopped some mushrooms up and just fried them for 5 minutes. And what I'm going to do now is put them in the middle of here. You don't have to add mushrooms, but I think for us it just makes it, adds a little bit more to it really. Okay. And then what I'm going to do next is going to get the tomato sauce and then just put that on top. Okay, might need to add a little bit of water, get all the best out of it. So I'll just put a little splash of water in there. Okay, what I might do actually is add another tin of tomatoes. So it's all covered. Be careful when you open tins that they're not sharp. And again, just pour it in the middle. And then just make sure everything's covered. That's alright. There we go. So there's my meatballs, mushrooms, and I put my tomato sauce in, my pasta sauce mix, excuse me, and a tin of tomatoes. Obviously, if I've just coughed into my hands, I need to go wash my hands, so I'll do that now quickly. Right, so this is now ready to go back into the oven. So I'll put my oven gloves on because I don't want to burn my hands because this is hot. And I'm just going to pop that back in. And then we're ready to put in the pasta. Now, doing pasta, what I did get for Christmas one time was one of these. Don't know if you have one of these at home, but it's a pasta measure, spaghetti measure. And the first one is for one person, if you can see that. The second one is for 2, 3, and 4 at the bottom. And what you're supposed to do is get your pasta, here's some I made earlier, and using the holes, now there's 2 of us for tea tonight, you then get your pasta and let's turn it around the other way and just see if those pasta pieces, it's a bit of a faff, go into there. So that's roughly, give or take, can you see? 2 people's worth of pasta. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put that onto my stove. And I've just boiled the kettle, just to speed it up a little bit. So I'm going to put my hot water in the pan. Bring that quickly back up to the boil. And when it starts boiling, we'll put in the pasta. Now, to stop the pasta sticking, what I usually do is I'd add a little bit of oil. Not enough for now. A little bit of virgin olive oil, just a drop. And what that does, stops the pasta sticking to the pan. Okay? And then when it's boiled, which it's just about doing now, we're ready then to put in the pasta. And that's just going to melt as the hot water bends the pasta. It should just then melt it into the pan, starting to bend. Just be careful, obviously it's boiled water. And I usually just spin it round gently, don't want to splash. And then once that's bent down, there we go, it's all gone in. I just then simmer that gently, put the lid on slightly, and then 15 minutes. So this is in the oven, so this is cooking now, that's getting the sauce hot. The meatballs are already cooked, the mushrooms are already cooked, so really all it's doing is warming up. We're just now waiting for that to warm through and for the spaghetti to cook, which is about 12 minutes. Sometimes I leave it for about 15 because we like it really soft. Depends how hard you like the spaghetti. Yeah, the Italians call it al dente, which means to the teeth, al dente. So I'll put my timer on, because I'll forget and walk away. And I'm going to do that for 15 minutes to remind me. And then in 15 minutes time, I'll show you what the end product looks like. And then it's tea time. Yum. So stay tuned and I'll see you in 15 minutes.